Good evening. I'm here today to talk to you about my action research project. The problem that I'm dealing with is that I spend lots of time in my classroom communicating with parents, which is a good thing. However, not having as much time to get prepared for my classes or do things for my students is a drawback of that. So my problem is I'm trying to cut down the number of hours per week that I spend communicating with parents by doing it more efficiently. The reason I selected this problem is I have several areas that I looked at. One is practicing and recording my students, another is that communication. I feel like this is something that could be much more streamlined, but I just don't have a great system figured out for yet. And I'd like to cut down the number of hours because there are some times in the fall that I may spend 3 or 4 hours in 1 week sending out emails, making up newsletters, sending all of that type of stuff home. While 3 to 4 hours that I could spend preparing for my classroom would make a huge difference. What I found in my research is that lots of people have looked at how Web 2.0 tools, specifically the tool that I will be using is Google Docs and then forms within Google Docs. And a lot of Web 2.0 tools have been looked at, and have been looked at how they can improve creativity of your students, how they can make them more engaged, how they can allow you to do bigger and better projects than maybe you would have done on pencil and paper. In the educational world, there's not really been that much research done on how it can improve communication, how it can improve how quickly you can communicate with parents or with whoever you're choosing to. When I did a little bit of looking at what's been researched in the business world, it's not necessarily been looked at, but it's been looked at more as a yes we like it, no we don't, versus a it saves us 4.5 hours per week. So there's not really the kind of hard data that I was looking for when I initially started researching it. As far as my expected outcomes are a bit different than a lot of the research I looked at, in that I'm not necessarily looking to have my high school students create that perfect wiki or contact a college professor and create a blog with them. I'm much more interested in getting hours back in my day so that I could possibly take those, if I could go from 3 to 4 hours to an hour per week, that gives me 2-3 hours that I could spend setting up another project for my students and doing something like helping them create a class wiki or some type of classroom blog. So it would be really nice to get a little bit of extra time that is instructional time that can be spent directly with my students. Not that communication with my parents isn't important, it's vital. I have 37 performances off campus this year, so it absolutely is a vital aspect. I just felt like it has not been as streamlined as possible. So hopefully this gives you a little bit more insight into what I'm tackling with my action research. Have a wonderful evening.